Set your alarm, aren't you hungry?
I don't think you know what's real, Peter. You need to wake up!
Narrative, a spoken or written account of connected events, a story. Bruh, one of the most profitable things you can do in this world is create a solution to a problem. If there's a problem and you create a solution for that problem, you can create profit. But what's even worse than that is people somewhere out here in this world allegedly that create the problems to create the solution to create the profit. Allegedly, right? Think spyware, malware, computer viruses, Trojanware, all of those things. Then think internet security. There's a problem and there's a solution and then there's the profit. But allegedly, who's to say that the people who created internet security didn't create the threats on the internet, the viruses, right, on your computer, right? Who's to say that they didn't create those viruses to create the solution so they can gain the profit, right? Allegedly. I'm not saying that's what it is. That's just an example. You have the narrative versus the truth. Or if you want to keep it more simple, the lie versus the truth. When it comes to falling in line with an overall narrative, most of the times they play off of your feelings and your emotions and the thoughts that you already have in your head. They play off of those things and make you feel good about them. Say for example, I don't know, empowerment, right? And this is not to attack any women at all. That's not what the video is about. It's just an example, right? So, city girls, hot girl summer, you know, all of these things that's been in the culture for the last few years. Whatever the term is, even if those terms are outdated, whatever the term is 304 behavior, right? But the blanket narrative is empowerment. I do these things and I live this lifestyle because it makes me feel empowered. That's the narrative. But the truth is, it's chaotic and destructive. And it's going to lead you down a path further away from the truth. Further away from who you really are. If it's a path, one going this way is who you are. It's leading you closer to the truth. It's leading you to good things. This is the path, right? Why would you go the opposite way? The opposite way being the narrative that's been painted to you. You ever had a family member, a co-worker, a friend, anybody in your life where you just wanted to express to them, you know, your thoughts on certain things, on certain truths, but you knew it would be a hard task because either they don't want to hear it, they're not ready to hear it or receive it, or they're going to be way too emotional to receive it. But that's what a narrative does. It paints a picture of what you want to see. It makes you feel good, you know, in that moment in time, temporarily. Short term is basically deception. Like in Spider-Man Far From Home with Mysterio, right? He was the villain, you know, but he was painted as the hero. He was painted as the hero, and that's what the narrative was. He created the problem, which was the elemental monsters. He created those with projectors, and they weren't real. They were far from the truth. The truth is this way. This is the narrative, right? Which was the monsters he created. The problem he created. So he could paint the narrative of, I'm going to be the hero that's going to come in and save the day from these monsters right here, bro. Far from the truth. The truth is over here. The narrative is over here, right? And then what he does after that is gain the people's trust. How do you gain trust? Well, as a regular person, I see that this person is getting rid of the problem by being the solution. So he's the solution. You see Mysterio, the hero, as the solution, getting rid of the problem. But in his case, he wasn't trying to gain profit. He was just trying to gain a reputation of being a hero, the best hero. He was trying to get that title, which was his profit, right? So he created the problem and the solution to gain something from it. The next step was to earn the people's trust. How do you do that? You make them feel good about the decision that they're making. You reassure what they already feel like they believe. You keep them from knowing themselves. You keep them from knowing the truth. Why would you go the opposite way when everything that you want and need is over here, bruh? Spider-Man, Peter Parker himself was deceived by Mysterio in the movie. And how did this happen, right? Because like I said, Mysterio's the villain. He created the problem to create the solution to gain something. So now he wants to gain Spider-Man's trust. So how does he do that? First step, finding common ground.
Sorry. It's really cool.
Don't ever apologize for being the smartest one in the room.
Empathy, empathizing with the main character. I've been there before. I know how you feel. You know, I understand how you feel. I'm gonna make you feel good. I'm gonna make you feel like you can trust me.
How you feeling?
I didn't think I was gonna have to save the world this summer. I know that makes me sound like such a jerk. I had this plan with this girl that I really like, and now it's all ruined.
You're not a jerk for wanting a normal life, kid. I like you, Peter. You're a good kid.
And then the third step was relinquishing Mysterio relinquishing Spider-Man of his responsibilities. Peter Parker of his responsibility. He took the pressure off of his shoulders, bro. Basically, he did it indirectly in the movie. If you go back and watch the movie, he did it in an indirect way. But the overall point is he took the pressure off of that man's shoulders. He took the burden off of that man's shoulders based off of Spider-Man or Peter Parker's own desires, his own selfish desires, bro.
See, that wasn't so hard. Somebody get this stupid costume off me!
Mysterio made Spider-Man feel good about making his own choice, his own selfish choices versus thinking about everyone else. And when he did that, that's when he could carry on with his villainous plan to make the movie continue to go forward. So basically, he created the problem, presented himself as the solution. He went to the main protagonist, presented himself as an ally or a friend, someone he could trust. But the whole time he had his own intentions, his own motives, because he's still the villain. Now, he relinquished that pressure off of the hero to be a hero. Now that the hero's out of the picture, you know, he can move forward with his plan, but he has to tie up loose ends, right? The loose ends would be the few people that know the truth. Okay, so like I always point out, it's a group of people over here that are the majority who follow whatever overall narrative there is, right?
It's easy to fool people when they're already fooling themselves.
They don't question it. They don't second guess it. They just go for whatever's being told to them. But it's always a smaller group of people over here, you know, that know the truth, that are gonna question it. They're gonna want to know what's really up, bro. They're not just gonna go for whatever's right in front of them or whatever they're being told or whatever the overall narrative is. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna question it. They're what's considered the loose ends to the people that have an agenda, right? Which was Mysterio in the Spider-Man movie. So now Mysterio has to get rid of these loose ends. He has to get rid of the few people that know the truth, so they won't be a threat to him, and he can continue to deceive the masses.
Hey, kill it. Just kill the illusion. Kill it.
No, I'm not gonna kill it. They'll see it.
They'll see what I want them to see.
And in this case is he's being presented as the hero when he's really the villain, right? So now he has to get rid of these people over here.
Just give me the glasses.
You want these? Come and get them.
How do you do that? Well, it's multiple ways you can do that. First way, you can assassinate somebody's character, right? You can make them look crazy. You can make the hero look like the villain. You can make the good guy look like the bad guy, basically. You assassinate their character, something that more than likely they wouldn't be able to come back from, right?
Spider-Man attacked me for some reason. He has an army of weaponized drones, Stark technology.
There you have it, folks. Conclusive proof that Spider-Man was responsible for the brutal murder of Mysterio.
Spider-Man's real name is... Spider-Man's name is Peter Parker. What the...
Second, you try to limit their opportunities or incarcerate them or take away some type of freedom, take away some type of privilege, take away some type of advantage. Put them in a space where their mobility is limited or threaten some type of freedom or something that they love, right? And the third is you get rid of them. You off them, you delete them, you get rid of them completely, bro. That's what they call loose ends. They're people that know the truth and they are a threat to what you're trying to do as the villain. They're called loose ends. You got to get rid of those so you can continue to deceive the masses of people over here that don't know. And if all of those things don't work, what can often happen is they try to beat them to the punch, right? So if the people get out with the truth over here and the truth is leaking out to these masses of people over here, right? The overall narrative is going to try to beat them to the punch. But what that's going to do is cause confusion, right? And there's plenty of examples of that because more people the people over here are starting to realize the truth. Maybe not to the extent of these people over here, but they starting to see it. And the people that have the agenda are starting to realize that, hey, more people are recognizing what's going on. We have to act a certain way to throw them off, right? Or confuse them. Or you know, what they can do is put it right in front of your face, but put a narrative on it as, well, you crazy if you believe this. You know, you really gonna believe these people over here saying this crazy stuff? Bruh. And now the people over here let their guards down because they like, you know what? That is crazy. They not talking about nothing. We gonna continue to believe the overall narrative of what's being shown to us, what's being told to us. So what they're gonna do is convince you, like I said, they're gonna go back to what I was saying earlier, assassinate their character, make them look crazy, make the good guys look like the bad guys. It's all an illusion, right? But that's all I got to say on that, man. Y'all like the video, LIKE, like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. You know, help me out, help me get to 100 subscribers. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all be safe. I'm out.
How could you do all of this?
Bruh, you recording?